What's going on, y'all? It's your favorite businessman, CEO Rico on ceoricotv.com. Yo, so today I got a real good one for y'all. Came across a video over on Instagram with these little kids, and as a dad, I was really like blown back by it. But we're gonna actually get into it and we're gonna have a conversation about it. Let's get it cracking.
Wait a second.
Long dick.
Hey, y'all dirty.
All right, first and foremost, I want to keep it paused right here, right? So, as you can see, we got three little girls in the back seat. We clearly seen the mother was at the driver's door, blowing a horn, whatever the case may be. We see the little kid with the extremely sugary drink in her hand. We got the one in the middle, tongue out, sticking the middle fingers out, hanging out the window. The one on the right side, same thing. And just the entire picture here is really just it's alarming, right? And it's really alarming because like you got to think about it. These are the future of our generation, and it's like if our children are not being raised in the proper environment with the proper guidance, the proper mentorship, the proper parenting, they're going to turn into something that is not really beneficial for themselves and is not really beneficial for society. This entire scene, it's like me growing up from the hood, like, born and raised in Detroit, born and raised in poverty. It breeds a certain thing. However, it does not have to be that. It's more so people are making a choice, right? But simply looking at this, these little girls you already see are not headed down the proper path. Now don't get me wrong, listen. The music is definitely a big influence, but it's like even with the BS music that we listen to, that only shapes our mindsets and our narrative if we don't have the proper people around us that's giving us the reality check that we need. You understand what I'm saying? And we clearly can see that the parent, she's not giving no type of guidance, no type of proper structure, and that's really it's a hindrance for the kids, as we can see right here. Let's finish diving into it.
Let my kids serve us.
Hell no. JJ either drunk some shit or what, because she too into the music.
Sad situation, right? And listen, don't like pay too much attention to me because I bob my head, because I tell anybody, I definitely have a level of ignorance to where I'm like, I'm with it, right? But at the same time, it's like, that's me and my own environment, but it's never where children are around. You feel what I'm saying? Like for instance, we could talk about Sexy Red, right? But now I don't like listening to Sexy Red if my children are around. Yes, the music is degenerative. I give it to you, most definitely. But at the same time, some of the music that she creates, it's a bop. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like if I'm by myself, let's get it. You know what I'm saying? If you go to the club, stuff like that. Because I'm a firm believer, everything has its place in society, right? Like there's nothing towards like oh, you just shouldn't have it and it needs to be this detrimental thing. No, because as adults, we have things that we like to partake in. We have things that we do that children should not be around, should not be allowed to partake in, right? So that's neither here nor there as grown ass adults. Now, remember everything that we just said in regards to the previous video where the little girls was doing what they doing. Now you got to understand, if you are not corrected throughout your life, you're headed down a certain path that's going to lead you in a certain direction. Typically, like for instance, if people say, oh, he's out there, he or she is out there on the corner slanging drugs, blah, blah. They always say you're going to end up in one of two places, in prison or in the ground, right? The only two places you're really going to end up, because that path leads towards there. So with the parent, and that was in the previous video, that was not doing her job, parenting her children, would you not say that it will lead to this? Look at what we're looking at. Just this is what we're looking at right now. We're looking at a group of people. I believe this is in Philly. A group of people all on the porch. You got people across the street, hide behind cars, and it's a full blown shootout going off. Right? Full blown shootout. Now, this video I also had on my saved on my Instagram, right? Now, if I'm accurate, don't quote me, but I believe that this was either like something dealing with a gang situation, or this was dealing with a female rapper that that was here. I can't really remember because I saved this a little while ago, so forgive me for that part. However, could we still not point to those little girls could be because we're using them as an example, the type of parenting, the type of guidance, the type of music that's influencing them, just their overall environment. Could we not say that that will literally lead them to a situation like this? We don't even have to just specifically, point at the little girls. It could be little boys, whatever. But do we not see the correlation? Do we not see how we lead up to this? Because this shit right here, this shit is disgusting. There's no fucking reason on why there should be a group of people in a whole shootout. There's innocent girls. I'm pretty sure there's some innocent dudes in this situation, probably just trying to have a good time. But now they're in a whole shootout. They're basically at war. Like here's one thing where I don't really understand. And like I always try to seek for information. I try to seek and understand different ways and perspectives. Why isn't that when we have individuals that get themselves into situations like this, whether it be shootouts and stuff like that, why don't we force them to go to the army? Like force them, like you don't even have an option. You're going. And since you already are used to being on the front lines, why not have you on the front lines as far as infantry? At least make it to a benefit. Make it to where it's like, okay, well, listen, you're free and you're causing harm to regular civilians that are not a part of this life. Why not put you on the front lines with said individuals that really is about this life? Why not do that? Would y'all disagree? Because we literally see this transition throughout the lives of so many different people growing up from where we come from. And then when they get themselves into situations, it's always it's somebody else's fault, or it's the police fault, or oh, their dad, was nowhere to be found. But it's like, wait a minute. Did you not know that the dad was not going to be found before you even had the baby? Because when you found out you were pregnant, the dad was also not to be found. So then we always go to the end result of, oh, well, this should have, all this, blah, blah, blah. It's like, you know what? How about this? We have to start course correcting. Why not simply move them into a situation to where they cannot harm nobody? Send them directly to the military. At least train them. Give them a reason to go shoot now. And if they start off at 16 doing it, fuck it. Send have a military filled with those young teens that are already shooting in civilian lives. Now, am I saying to just throw a child out there? Absolutely not. But we also have to actually be realistic, and we have to start understanding that while yes, some of these kids are in situations where they are turned into like little monsters, right? But it's like, why not put them in a situation or an environment to where their monster activities, instead of it being a nuisance to society, why not put them in an environment to where it's actually a rewarding experience? Now, am I saying military war and all that is rewarding? I'm absolutely not saying that. But now you're going to get a full, what's the word I'm looking for? You're going to embrace the entire environment of what war looks like. Now at that point you can fully understand, oh shit, this is not how I'm supposed to be operating. This is not how my neighborhood is supposed to be operating. We're not even supposed to be operating like this, because look at all the people that we're putting in danger because of the dumb shit that we're actively doing. Go to the hood and take all of the gangs and move their ass to the military. Why keep playing? Why do we keep playing? I don't get it. Why don't we start cleaning up these situations, whereas we taking these little kid gloves off, because we clearly see that the situation is not getting better. It's not getting better at all. But let's go ahead and finish shit. Let's finish this real quick, cause shit, why not? Bro, that was crazy. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. I'll get at y'all later. Peace.